Anyway, right, let's go and move on to Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie. I don't even know where to begin with this film. So let us rewind back to Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which I thought was fine. You know, I think I'm giving Sonic 1 discredit. I enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog 1. It was acceptable fun, as my friend Rue would say. Shout out to Rue. And, you know, it was good. I kind of went into it being like, okay, what's this all about? I didn't watch it too long ago, to be honest. And I was like, And then I came around to it and I really liked it. So, was looking forward to watching the next one. And I've got to say, everybody, this movie, don't worry, I'll put the spoiler hand up when it's happening. This movie knocked it out of the park. I was smiling the entire way through. Big Sonic fan here. It was the first ever game that I beat. It was the first ever game I felt a real connection to. I love the little blue guy. And I gotta say, I'm gonna just say it. I don't know, it might be controversial. This is the best video game movie ever. And I've not seen many. So you could take that as you will. But this is okay, right. It made me, like, have you ever felt so happy you wanted to cry? Because I felt like that watching this film. I was like, this is so good. I love it. I can't even begin to I'm just looking at my notes because I'm saying so much, but I just can't tell you how much it was so enjoyable. And it felt like they get it. They embraced the source material, and I think that's the problem. So many of these films just want to take the source material and just run with it and do their own thing. Like, oh, Resident Evil is a popular thing. Let's just take the name and the themes and just do our own thing. No! Sonic embraces what it means to be Sonic. Now, I know out there are a lot of Sonic haters, all right? And I get it. Sonic has been bastardized, whatever you say, however you say that, many times. I like the classic Sonics. I kind of drifted away from Sonic in the PS2 era. I didn't really play much of anything else. I've not seen the cartoons. Like, I get it. Sonic has, had to endure a lot in his time. He's like a mascot that gets plastered onto anything and everything. So I get the Sonic hate, but this is like the Sonic. Like, this is how you do it right. There is so much in this film that as a fan, I can't tell you the amount of times that I sat there in the film being like, oh, I really hope this happens. And it happened. And I was like, oh my God. There was one point I was so excitedly happy that I had to look at Fran and be like, it's happening. And this is how you do references, everybody. We'll get to the spoiler section later on. But here's the thing. You guys know I love Uncharted. It's my favorite video game of all time, but Sonic holds a special place in my heart. Now, I can't say that a Sonic game is my favorite game of all time because it's just not, it's on a different level. Like, Uncharted is on a different level to Sonic, but I just love Sonic, I don't know, maybe because I was a poor Sega kid. I don't care. But they do the references correctly, and Uncharted could learn a lot from it. Now, the thing that me and Fran said to each other, we did have a bit of a debrief afterwards. Mate, we thought Sonic 1 was a fine film, but this really, as we said, miles per hour ahead of the last one. But so maybe that could be a good point for Uncharted, the Uncharted 2 movie, if there is an Uncharted 2 movie. The first movies have to kind of set up the premise. Here are the characters, this is the world, blah, blah, blah. It feels very textbook, kind of blah, blah, which is kind of what happened in the first Sonic. Like, here's Sonic, this is his background, he's going to meet the person, you have to do all the introductions, and it felt a little pedestrian, the first one. Whilst I enjoyed it, I can't say I liked the actual story or found that the story as interesting. I was in with this story. They did so much that it was so good. Like, the references aren't even references. They're just in the film. Like, here's an example. It's not a spoiler, don't worry. Well, not really. In Uncharted, the movie, they're in a bar. And in the back of the bar, there's a LED light thing or whatever you want to call it that says Kitty got wet. And it's like, there's a little Easter egg reference for you there. Sonic doesn't do shit like that, all right? There's no just like, plastered Easter eggs around. Everything that is in this film that is a reference is actually utilized in the film. Like, it has a place, it has a meaning. So, for instance, the coffee shop is called the Mean Bean, and things happen at the Mean Bean. It's not just there's a poster in the background that says Mean Bean Coffee. It's the place. And I was like, this is great. Like, there's just so many things like that, which I was like, yes, there's so much goodness. So what have I written here? Yes, they embrace the source material and use it well. That is a big point. And I think people need to just do the thing. Also, I dread to think of the parallel universe where these poor people in parallel world Earth didn't get the remade Sonic characters, because I just can't imagine how this movie would be if it was the original Sonic design, the original Tails design, the original Knuckles design. I dread to think of what kind of, it's not a kid's film anymore, it's a horror film with those characters. And I was just watching this film, and don't worry, the spoiler hand will go up when I feel like I get into the real spoilers. And I just feel like this film just looks so much better because these characters look like the characters. And that's a big deal to someone who loves Sonic, you know? I want to see Sonic in a film, you know? Yeah. I was so excited multiple times, Bethany, watching it. Like I think at points I was like this. I was jaw dropped, and then things would happen. I'd be like, oh my God, yes! It's definitely a kid's film. And that's another thing that I really enjoyed about watching the film was hearing the kids in the cinema enjoying it. I think that also warmed the cockles of my heart. The kids around were like laughing so hard at the jokes. Yeah, so some of the jokes, actually, it did make me laugh quite a few times. There's like some jokes that are kid jokes, like, you know, fart jokes, whatevs. Okay, farts are funny, whatevs. But there are some jokes as well that are just, I found really funny, that were just a bit more contemporary or a bit more like, you know, tongue in cheek. And I found now I'm not much of a laugh out louder. I keep my laughs within. But even I was like, you know, I had a little chuckle because I enjoyed what was being said and shown on the screen. And these kids were loving it. And they were like, oh, he just did this. And there was like, you know, like, I don't know, there's something, do you know what? This movie, I wish I was a child. I wish this movie had come out when I was a kid, because after I left the cinema, what I wanted to do, I wanted to run to the playground and I wanted to play Sonic with my friends. I mean, not that I have any friends that play in the playground anymore, but I wanted, like, that's how excitable this movie made me feel. Like, I was like, damn, if I was a kid, I would watch this movie over and over again. I know I would love it because I like the music. I think the soundtrack was pretty decent, to be honest. I was a bit into it. I was very much into the soundtrack. But there's so many good moments that I know as a child I would have watched that and be doing the thing. I would like try and reenact myself being Sonic. I would go to the playground and I'd be like, let's play Sonic. I'll be Sonic today. You could be Tails. Someone could be Knuckles. Like, all the characters are like pretty cool. And I just really wish that this was a movie that I had in my childhood, especially at the same time I was playing Sonic. So I really hope that this movie, they've made Sonic good. And I would love to hope that maybe these kids would be interested now in playing Sonic, because whilst they enjoyed the film, I felt like I could enjoy it on a different level, because when things happen, like seeing Tails, this isn't a spoiler because it's in the poster, but seeing Tails fly the red plane and Sonic getting on top of it, I was like, yes! Because it brought back the memories of me playing that and being like, oh my God, this is so cool! Like, Tails is on the plane and now I'm going to jump on top of the plane. Like, it was stuff like that they just get it. They're just making the film for both, you know, people that have never played the game and people that have played the game. I was like, I was just so happy like watching it. It was just, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed it. Now, before we get into the deep spoilers, I do want to say it's not all. There are some things I wasn't too into, but the fact that, and I think that this is the kid side of it. Like, everything else I loved, but there are some cringy moments, and I think that comes from the fact that it is a kids movie, and it's like the family moments that made me be a bit like, huh? Like, I don't know. So basically, I don't know why Sonic's a boy. Why is Sonic a boy? He's a man. Surely he's a man. Well, he's a man hedgehog. But I was perplexed to discover that Sonic I thought in the first movie, the point was Sonic and that human man are friends. But it seems like in this film, they're like son and dad. And I was like, Sonic was a boy for the first 2 minutes of the first film. Clearly he was, unless he was he's a toddler, sure. But I was like, are they all children? Is Sonic a child? I found that very odd. So I wasn't into that. And there are a lot of cringy sort of moments where it's like, we're a family and we're all going to come together and blah, blah, blah. I'll talk about one moment in particular that also, okay, the Tom and the girl, which I can't remember her name, apologies. I like them, they're fine, but they're not in it too much. why can't they just be like normal people and have a baby? Like, okay, maybe there's other things going on, but I just felt this is very strange that they have this super Sonic child hedgehog that they've now brought into the fold. And I was just like, what? And they treat him like a child. I just found that so weird. So I was like, is Tails a child? Is Knuckles a child? Knuckles is not a child. Like, Knuckles was very badass in this film. When he first appears on screen, I was like, whoa, Knuckles was cool. You can't turn around and tell me that Knuckles is 10 years old. I just can't accept that. That can't be right. So anyway, I thought that was weird. Tails as well, I didn't think was the Tails that I know. Like, I know that Tails doesn't really have much of a character in terms of what I know, because I only really played the original Sonics, and then I played Sonic Generations. But I didn't get the feeling that Tails was a bit like, I don't know, he's a bit dorky in this film. I just found that quite difficult. I was like, oh, I thought Tails was cool, and I want to name my dog Tails, but this interpretation of Tails, not cool. And I guess it's an endearing character, but I was just confused, very confused. And then Knuckles, as a character, he, like I said, very cool, had some funny lines, but very stereotypical of like the big character that's strong but kind of dumb. It reminded me of Batista in Guardians of the Galaxy. They'd gone down that avenue. Yes, Knuckles came across. You've just said, yeah, Knuckles came across as a budget Drax to me. They got the toughness right, but the comedy, yeah. I felt Knuckles was a little off too, and I couldn't quite work out if it was Idris Elba's performance. Like, I really liked him in the Suicide Squad, but here some of the lines was a little off for me. Like, I was kind of like, But the design of the character, pretty damn cool. Now, of course, I've not spoken about one of the best parts of the film, which is, of course, the legend that is Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Again, absolutely, like, loving it, think it, like, he's having a great time. It's funny because he doesn't actually spend that much time interacting with other human beings in, like, a lot of the movie is just Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles doing their thing, and maybe one other person just talking to them, which is I really enjoyed that, actually, because it was just like they were leading the way. It wasn't like, oh, look, it's an animated character with some humans. Like, they were leading the charge. Like, they were the main characters, and Jim Carrey had a lot of just time just talking with them. So I can imagine for him, he's just like talking to nobody. But yeah, he's just like having a laugh, giving all of the lines. Like, he has some great one-liners. One in particular, which I thought was very interesting, where I was like, what does that even mean? I don't know, but yeah, off the chart. And I hope that, I know Jim Carrey, he did speak about maybe retiring, but then he also did speak about if he would want to play Dr. Robotnik as fat. And this is the thing as well that I love about this. Okay, this film is pure, unadulterated Sonic. Like, I know in the first one, Jim Carrey doesn't really look like Dr. Robotnik, but there's a reason for that. It's character building. Maybe I could say the same for Uncharted, I'm just giving the same feedback. But this film, I feel like I'm shouting, the microphone is going red, but I'm so passionate. This film, they just lean into it. He's got the Dr. Robotnik outfit is ridiculous. Like, what is this? Like, he's got those little glasses and the big mustache, but they don't shy away from that. They stick him in the outfit. And then there's other things that happen that I was like, I can't, in my mind, as I said, I was like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if they did this? And I was like, they did it! They did the thing! Like, it was just, every time I thought I couldn't get more excited, more things happen. That was just, like, great. So, yeah, big fan. Is generic leading man back from the first film? Thankfully, they aren't in it as much. Now, I'm going to move on to spoiler talk, okay? You ready, everybody, for Not Penny's Boat? The spoiler hand. The spoiler hand is up, all right? Because now I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty. Yes, definitely perfect casting as Jim Carrey for Dr. Robotnik. I just like, what a dude. So where do I want to start? Okay, let me just start with the cringe factor before I get into the good factor, because I want to say a few things. So going into the family moments that I found really cringy, there was a particular moment that stood out for me. And there was, spoiler hand is up, so mute. When the spoiler hand goes down, you can open your ears again. There was a particular moment at the end of the film where they all think they're going to die. Tom, the guy, the wife, and Sonic. And they're huddled together, and Sonic's like, I love you guys. And then Tom says, I love you too, Sonic. He has a wife who he doesn't say he loves. And she's just cool with just dying and him saying that. So pretty much he's saying he loves Sonic more than his wife. And I was like, oh my lord, this is a lot. So anyway, I thought that was kind of weird. And then there was, I was saying about the Sonic being a child, that was odd. So yeah, it was those bits that I thought, I was like, but I get it. But I don't like the idea of this child Sonic. But I'm a big fan of the portrayal of Sonic. I feel kind of like we're kindred spirits. Maybe we'd get along if we were friends. I'd like to be friends with Sonic. Pretty good. Because Sonic's saving him, not his wife. So let's go on to some of my favourite moments from the film then, which I would really, really like to talk about it. I'm fine hearing spoilers. It won't spoil it for me. Cool. Yes, Truman Show is great. So the quote that I wanted to pull out from Jim Carrey is, "You are as useful to me as a backstage pass to Limp Bizkit." What does that mean? I love it, but I can't tell if it's... But Limp Bizkit are back, baby. Has he not listened to the latest album on his Deaf to the World playlist? You can listen to Dad Vibes. Can't live with him. Can't live without him. With the dad vibes. Obviously, Dr. Robotnik not listening to his Spotify latest releases, because you probably can go back and see Grandpa Fred Durst now, you know? So I was just wondering if they're saying that because maybe he's not a fan of Limp Bizkit, or Limp Bizkit aren't around, which isn't obviously the case, as we know. So yeah, I thought that was quite an interesting line. There's quite a few funny line. Oh, because Fred Durst gets banned from everywhere. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I didn't know that, but bringing us in some truth. Limp Bizkit is my jam, lol. Yeah, exactly. So I like that. There was another line that I really, really liked from the film, and I've been Googling since I got home, Sonic the Hedgehog transcript, Sonic the Hedgehog script, because I thought it was a great quote that I wanted to use to sum up the whole film. But sadly, I'll have to watch it again. I do want to watch it again. This is a great film to watch again. If I was feeling sad, I'd watch this to cheer myself up. So, moments that I enjoyed. So I'm going to talk about the moments that I was saying to myself in my head. So there's a bit, oh my God, there are so many. So this is what I'm saying. Is she talking about Biscuit now? No. What I like about this film is they're not constrained to Earth in the same way. Like it felt like there were zones. So there was like Green Hill, where the film begins. But then they go into like the snow zone, and then he's snowboarding, which is like how he snowboards in the game. So I was like, love it. That was pretty cool. Then he goes to like what looks like the labyrinth zone when they go to like the maze area. Oh my God, and it was like Uncharted meets Sonic. I loved that. That was so cool when they were like trying to find the emerald, what was they called it? The mighty emeralds. I'm more used to the chaos emeralds as their own, but they had like this big one or whatever that they were trying to find. But I was like, oh, they're doing Uncharted better than the Uncharted movie did. Like, this was cool, and it was funny as well. And I also really liked how Knuckles and Dr. Robotnik, much like Uncharted, you know, Sonic has to go through the Master Emerald, thank you. Sonic and that has to go through all the real things, but much like all the baddies, they just bust through the walls and get what they want. So that was pretty cool. I was a big fan of what that maze looked like. I was like, this is so Labyrinth Zone. I loved that so much. Oh, and the beach. Not that they were at the beach that much, but it felt like another zone. So there's a specific moment where Sonic has to go underwater and save Knuckles, who is going to drown and die. And I said to myself in my head, I was like, oh my God, wouldn't it be so cool if Sonic has to breathe from a bubble? And lo and behold, literally like 30 seconds, a minute later, a bubble comes and Sonic and I was like, oh my God, yes, that is so cool. All they needed to do was like, boop, 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 boop. But that would have been a bit silly to have done that. But I was like, I was so happy that they had done that. That was one of the moments I was pretty excited about. Then when so this is another thing that I was like, classic Sonic. Dr. Robotnik is always building like a massive version of himself. And I kind of thought to myself, oh my God, I wonder if in the next film he will make like a massive like robot version of himself. They ain't doing it in the next film, they're doing it in this film. And I was like, yes, I love it. Yes, give me more, I want to see it. And then the bit that tipped me over the edge, that almost made me get up and just cry in like, just applaud. Like I wanted to be at the Oscars and throw my hat and be like, woo, woo, woo. Was when Sonic was down and out and on his luck and he gets crushed. And I sort of like, as it was happening, I was like, oh man, Sonic really needs to become Super Sonic at this moment. And you know what happened? Fucking Super Sonic happened. I was like, I went to Fran, I was like, it's Super Sonic. And he was so cool as Super Sonic. I was like, yes! I don't know why, this Sonic has got me so excited. And that's why I want to go to the playground and play. But I'll probably be banned if I'm like, hey kids, any kids want to come play Sonic with me? No. I hope Sonic is cool. Oh man, I want Sonic to get over so badly. I want to go interview some children and ask them, do you like Sonic? I want Sonic toys, like Toy Story toys. Bring Sonic back, please, for the love of God, make it good. So yeah, those were the moments that hit for me. I was just so into it. And then at the end, my favorite part is the credits and they're doing the whole game. I want to play Sonic the Hedgehog, the film, the movie adaptation game. Why hasn't this happened? This is, I'd lap it up. Would you lap it up? I would be so for it. Like, do you remember? My childhood was full of movie adaptation video games. Let's do the reverse. Let's have a video game, make a film that inspires a brand new video game and give it a goddamn platinum, Sega. All right, I'm sick of playing Sonic games and not being given what I am owed, which is a goddamn platinum trophy. You want me to play a Blue Sphere for what ridiculous amounts of time? Give me a platinum. But I want to play it. I want to do that so badly. Like, it looks really fun in the credits, at least. I'd be happy to do both games in one. Like, does anyone else want this? Because I don't know, where do I sign up? Where do I start the petition? Make the Sonic the Hedgehog video game. No, make the Sonic the Hedgehog movie a video game. I want to become Super Sonic, and I want to see the Jim Carrey version of Dr. Robotnik. And maybe they could do some of the, pipe in some of the, I don't know. I don't really want dialogue. I want it to be classic, 2D side scroller. All right, with some of the music like from the movies or whatever. They can do it. Hell, can I help do it? Somebody give me a job. I want to make a video game and maybe I can make Sonic. I'm not sure if there's not that much UI in Sonic, so I could do it, I suppose. But yes, I want it. I want to play it. I want to play the game. I want to watch the film again. It was really good, everybody, in case you didn't know. That's my review. Sonic, it's a good film. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's the best film. The best film. Not of all time, that's a little extreme. But the best video game film. And Uncharted, take note. All right? Don't just half-ass it. Don't be like, well, we know that Uncharted is popular and Tom Holland's popular, so let's just riff off that. No! Do it properly, all right? I'm watching you. Sonic, you're doing us all proud, you little blue Sonic. Don't know where that was going. All right, I'm done with the spoiler hand now. When my hand goes up, the spoilers go up. But when my hand goes down, the spoilers are done. All right, maybe I'll do this for a sec. The spoilers are over. The spoilers are over for all the people that are on mute. They don't know what's going on. So everyone, that was my review of of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Go see it. You will. Oh, I didn't mention one bit. Sorry, I want to mention something else. Sorry. Putting the spoilers back up. There's something else I want to say. There's a bit of the film which goes on like a random tangent. Sorry, I want to make sure people can have time to mute. There's a bit of the film at the wedding, and this was so good. It's like a wedding scene with the wife's sister, and it was really funny. I really, really liked it. Like, Sonic and Tails and the gang, they aren't on screen for a good 15 minutes. It's just like hijinks with the sister and the bride-to-be, and the big fan of that bit. It was absolutely ridiculous, but it worked. It was good. It was good. It was a good old time, a lot of fun, and big up to everyone in this movie. Okay, it's done. Sorry, I just remembered that at the very end. A random tangent inside a random channel. Unmute. I've let out all my feelings. I definitely feel like this is a day where I'm going to go to bed and be excited in bed. Not, oh, that sounds weird. But I used to get very excited, and I'd be like, my mum would be like, why aren't you asleep? I was like, oh, I'm too excited to sleep. I feel like Sonic has made me too excited to sleep. I'm going to be like, okay.